Well, hey guys, another video. Um, I'm sorry if you're getting tired of me, but I think this is pretty important because my situation is not unique, and what's happening to me could happen to somebody else or you or a loved one, and you won't be able to do anything about it. And I just want to say that I am willing to sacrifice my life and the quality of my life for the good of others, that other people aren't subjected to these nightmares in the future. So if I'm being blackmailed, or if I'm going to be murdered, or if I'm going to get some crazy infection that doctors won't treat and deny, so be it. So be it. But I'm not going to continue living being a slave to these people lurking in the shadows, controlling these Havana syndrome weapons of it's just or various pathogens that where you can intentionally make somebody sick with lab-grown pathogens. You can, guys. And so right now I have this strange tightness on the soles of my feet, and I've been gassy out of nowhere for no reason. I got some intense itching, especially on my feet right now, and on my thigh and on my buttocks, and so I just want to make note of that. And I want to say that when I went on this walk in the sunshine, my symptoms really drastically improved. However, given everything that I've been saying and sharing, I don't expect a good outcome for me. But I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm placing my faith in God that there will be a good outcome for those who are suffering unfairly. Because every U.S. citizen and every person living legally in this country deserves constitutional rights, and deserves, and they deserve appropriate and quality health care. And they deserve a decent chance at a successful career. They deserve just basic human rights. I mean, we are the wealthiest nation in the world, and we have mass poverty and social structures that have it's all a top-down problem. Okay, trickle-down economics, massive failure. Neoconservatives, massive failure. All these foreign proxy wars and invading Iraq under the premise of weapons of mass destruction, and Al Qaeda being there, massive failure. Okay? What we did in Afghanistan and how we just left and have created a vacuum of power for the Taliban to take over, massive failure. I mean, we're just it's what's going on is so wrong. And the world should be mad. American citizens should be mad. And I hope people vote smart with their brain this coming election, rather than actually feeding into the propaganda and the lies that are being pushed on us. Because right now is, I think, probably the most critical time. It is the most critical time in American history since the Civil War. And I think this one is worse because those that are waging this new 21st century civil war are doing it in the shadows, and they're using proxy idiots to do gang stalking and surveillance, and they're manipulating law enforcement agents, and they're promising them all these stupid false promises that and like. No, I mean, anybody who's subjecting me or any other person unfairly to great harm with bypassing the judicial system and counter to our Constitution, you're a pawn. You're being manipulated, okay, by the elite, okay? It's their agenda you are pushing out, and they don't care about you. They might say they do, but they don't, okay? They don't care about you. And you got to really start reassessing and saying, who are my allies? And who are my enemies? And why do we have these problems? And how can we solve these problems? Do we need to silently kill people or push people to the brink of suicide? No, I don't think so, guys. And we've wasted all this money and resources on mental health treatments and behavioral health treatments and addiction treatments that are ineffective. They're crappy. What you need to do is you need to identify the root core, the cause that's causing this behavioral dysfunctions or mental health problems, which is typically trauma-based, or it could be due to a chronic inflammation, brain inflammation, which was the case in my case. Well, and trauma. I'd say it's both combined. And there are effective ways to treat these things. So many people who are suffering or seen as parasites of society, they could actually be really productive members of society if they were given a decent shot, and if we had a middle class, a strong middle class, again. But no, everything is set up to profit and it's a pure Ponzi scheme or whatever, where all the money just goes to the elite, the top 0.1%, and it's got to stop. And our massive debt that the federal government's taking on, it's like, why? Like, what are we spending this money on Ukraine? Like, why do we give a shit about Ukraine? Like, that I'm sorry, but I can't blame the Russians for protecting their interests, because they were promised NATO wasn't going to expand, and NATO expanded, and it's like this is NATO is it's turned evil. It started as a defense group, but now we're on the offense. And now we blame Russia for actually protecting their interests. It's just, what? Like, come on, guys. Like, I'm sorry that the Ukrainians are in the middle of this, and they got toyed and manipulated by American populations and other NATO country, not populations, politicians, and other NATO country politicians, and the Ukrainians on top. Well, they in their corrupt system, they got greedy and saw all this money that they could get, easy, free money, and they could live the high life. And all these innocent people are dying, and for what? For what? Because NATO wants Ukraine, and Russia doesn't want Ukraine to be part of NATO. It's like, it's stupid. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Okay? Everybody needs to stop meddling in other people's affairs. And this goes on the personal level and on the geopolitical level and societally. Stop meddling in other people's affairs. We need a more libertarian approach and let people fend for themselves without sabotaging them, and provide them effective and comprehensive and accurate medical diagnostics and treatments. And we need a better mental health care system, behavioral health care system that targets the root problems. So, it's everybody, please vote smart. Every single person who can vote in the United States, make sure you register. And make sure you vote with your heart and your gut, and not according to the propaganda or the crazy narratives that have been pushed on us. Because things are messed up. But do you know why? You really need to start asking why. Why are things this way? And you need to figure that out on your own. Have a great day.